Oxy MBBS. One step solution for all medical studies.
Hi friends, this is Dr. Sanjay and I heartily welcome you all in my channel Oxy MBBS. In this video we will learn what are the spinal nerves. So this is the man who is looking forward and this is the spinal cord, and from this picture you can see that the spinal cord is an elongated tube which is having bundles of nervous tissues. So what is spinal cord? Spinal cord is an elongated tube which is having bundles of nervous tissues, and this spinal cord is present from the neck up to the abdominal region, and the spinal cord is present in the back of the body, and as it is present in the center of the body, that is why it is part of central nervous system. Now what I am doing, I am passing an imaginary line like this, so it divides the spinal cord into anterior one and posterior one. The part that is anterior one is called ventral and the part which is posterior is called dorsal. So this ventral part is facing towards the face, that is front of the body, and the dorsal part is facing towards the back of the body. Now friends, as you know, our spinal cord is a soft tissue. That is why it must be protected by some hard tissue, that is bone. And the group of bones which is present in the series like this forms a vertebral column. It means our spinal cord is protected by this vertebral column, and this vertebral column is present in the back of the body. So friends, this is our vertebral column, and vertebral column is formed from the vertebra, and vertebra looks like this. So this is the spine in the vertebra which you can feel in the back of the body in the central line. And friends, in the center of the vertebra there is hollow space that is called vertebral foramen, and in this foramen our spinal cord is present like this. And friends, when series of vertebra are arranged one above the other like this, then they form a column like structure. That is why they are called vertebral column. Now friends, because of this vertebral column and because of this vertebral foramen present in each vertebra forms a hollow cavity like this in the whole length of the vertebral column, and this cavity is called vertebral canal or spinal canal, and through this canal spinal cord passes like this. Now friends, there is no fun in telling why this name is given vertebral canal or spinal canal, as it is self understood that as this canal is formed by a vertebra, that is why, or vertebral column, that is why it is called vertebral canal, and through this canal spinal cord is passed, that is why its name is given spinal canal. Now friends, when we see the lateral view of the vertebral column, then we find a very important structure, and that is a hollow space that is present in between the vertebra, and this hollow space is called intervertebral foramen. As this foramen was present in the vertebra, within the vertebra, that is why its name was given vertebral foramen. But this foramen is present in between two vertebra, that is why its name given intervertebral foramen. And these foramens are present throughout the vertebral column, and through this foramen a very important structure passes, that is spinal nerve. So what are these? These are spinal nerves which emerges from these foramens, that is intervertebral foramens. Okay friends, so friends, in this way our spinal cord is present in the vertebral foramen, and in this way our spinal cord is present in the vertebral canal or spinal canal. Now friends, as you can see, these are the furrows or grooves or notches in the vertebra, and these are called vertebral groove or vertebral notch. and these are meant for purpose. And what is the purpose of these groups? Through these groups, spinal nerves are immersed. Now friends, as you know, the spinal cord is having bundles of nervous tissues. So the bundles of nervous tissues which emerge through the dorsal part of the spinal cord are called dorsal root. So these are the dorsal root on both sides, right and left. And the bundles of nervous tissues which emerge through the ventral part are called ventral root. So these are the ventral root on both sides. Now friends, these dorsal root and ventral root meets together and they form spinal nerve, and this spinal nerve gives mainly two branches. One branch goes towards the front of the body and one branch goes towards the back of the body. So the branch which goes towards the front of the body is called ventral ramus, and the branch which goes towards the back of the body are called dorsal ramus. So again friends, first root comes, then ramus. First root, then ramus. First root, then ramus. So roots, one is dorsal and one is ventral, meets together form a spinal nerve, and spinal nerve gives two branches. One goes towards the front of the body called ventral ramus and one goes towards the back of the body called dorsal ramus. Now friends, remember one thing, that this same thing is present in this side also. It means friends, spinal nerves are present in pairs. Now friends, as you can see clearly in this picture that in some cases spinal nerve passes above the vertebra and in some cases spinal nerve passes below the vertebra. Now friends, can you please tell me what is this part of the body? Yes friends, you are correct. This is our neck, and from this up to this it is thorax, in which lungs are present. So this is our thorax region, and this is our, yes friends, please tell me, this is our abdominal region. Yes, this is abdominal region, and this remaining portion is called pelvic region. So friends, the vertebral bones which are present in the neck region are called cervical vertebra, and the spinal nerves which emerges through these cervical vertebra like this are called cervical nerves. And similar to this, vertebral bones which are present in the chest or thorax region are called thoracic vertebra, and the nerves which emerges through these thoracic vertebrae are called thoracic nerves, and the vertebral bones which are present in the abdominal region are called lumbar vertebrae, and the spinal nerves which emerges through these lumbar vertebrae are called lumbar nerves. And as in the pelvic region, the sacrum and the coccyx are present, that is why these spinal nerves are called sacral nerve and coccygeal nerve. So again friends, the spinal nerves of the cervical region or neck region are called cervical nerve. Spinal nerves of the chest region are called thoracic nerve. Nerves of the abdominal region are called lumbar nerves, and the spinal nerves of the pelvic region are called sacral and coccygeal nerve. Now this is our occipital bone, and below it our vertebral column is present. So this is our vertebral column, and within this vertebral column our spinal cord is present. So this is spinal cord. Now in the neck region there are 7 cervical vertebra. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And now as you know, these are the ventral roots and these are the dorsal roots, and they together forms spinal nerve. This is one spinal nerve and this is second spinal nerve on both sides, and spinal nerve divides into one ventral ramus and one is dorsal ramus. Ventral ramus and dorsal ramus, and this is our first cervical vertebra, as you can see clearly in this picture. So this is the right side of the vertebra and this is the left side of the vertebra according to the observer, but according to the object it will be the left side and it will be right side. And friends, similar to this vertebra, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, similar to this up to seventh vertebra. So the spinal nerve which is corresponding to the first cervical vertebra is called first cervical nerve. And as you can see in this picture that first cervical nerve, this is second cervical nerve, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth one. It means up to seventh cervical nerves, they are present just above the vertebra. But the most important point here is that the eighth cervical nerve is present below the seventh cervical vertebra, like this. Or it can be said that eighth cervical nerve is present above the first thoracic vertebra. So friends, remember very important point that there are only 7 cervical vertebra, but there are 8 cervical nerves. And as you can see in this picture that these nerves are emerging as a segment. This is first segment, this is second segment, this is third, and so on. This is eighth segment. So friends, there are some important points comes here. The first important point is that there are 7 cervical vertebra but 8 cervical nerves. Second important point is that up to 7th cervical nerve, these are present above the vertebra. And friends, which vertebra? Their corresponding vertebra. Remember this thing, okay friends? For example, if I say this is the 5th cervical vertebra, then which is this nerve? Obviously friends, which is this nerve? This is 5th cervical nerve. This is 5th cervical nerve. Corresponding vertebra, corresponding nerve. But 8th spinal nerve is present below the 7th cervical vertebra, or it can be said that 8th cervical nerve is present just above the T1 vertebra. And the next important point is that these nerves emerges as a segments. So our spinal cord is present in these segments. It means from this part of the spinal cord, cervical number 1, it means from this part of the spinal cord, cervical nerve first emerges from this part, second cervical nerve from this part, third, and so on. Now friends, in the thorax region there are 12 vertebrae and these are called thoracic vertebrae. So 12 pairs of thoracic nerve will emerge through these vertebrae like this. As in the case of cervical nerves, they emerges up to 7th cervical nerve, they emerges above the vertebra. But thoracic nerve emerges below the vertebra. And in the abdominal region there are 5 lumbar vertebrae, and through the intervertebral foramen of these vertebrae, 5 pairs of lumbar nerves emerges, and similar to thoracic nerve, they are also emerges below the vertebrae. Now friends, as a sacrum is a single bone but it is formed by fusion of 5 separate bones. So through these 5 pairs of sacral nerves emerges, and they are also present like thoracic and lumbar nerves. Now coming to coccyx. Coccyx bone is present in the lowest part of the vertebral column, and this bone is formed by fusion of 4 separate bones. But through these only single pair of coccygeal nerve passes. Now friends, as you know, these are the ventral rami of the spinal nerves. Spinal nerves of different regions are named different, as the spinal nerves of the neck region are called cervical nerves, spinal nerve of thoracic region are called thoracic nerves. Similar to this, abdominal region called lumbar nerves, pelvic region called sacral and coccygeal nerves. Now friends, these ventral rami of cervical region forms cervical plexus and the brachial plexus, and ventral rami of abdominal and pelvic region forms lumbar plexus and sacrococcygeal plexus. Now friends, what are these plexus? We will learn these in detail in our future upcoming videos. So please don't worry. So friends, total 8 pairs of cervical nerves are present, 12 pairs of thoracic nerves, 5 pairs of lumbar nerves, 5 pairs of sacral nerves and 1 pair of coccygeal nerve. They together forms 31 pairs of spinal nerves. So how many pairs of spinal nerves are present in our body? So these are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Now as you know, only the cervical nerves except the C8. It means except 8th cervical nerve, all cervical nerves emerges above their corresponding vertebra. Now friends, how will you remember that cervical nerves emerges above their corresponding vertebra? It is very simple. Now as the name suggests, sir, and sir means head region, and head is always on the top, that is above. In this way friends, you can remember that cervical nerves are present above their corresponding vertebra except 8th one cervical nerve. Okay friends, while remaining nerve, as you know, emerges below their corresponding vertebra. Here these and these all emerges below the corresponding vertebra. Now C1 is the only spinal nerve, C1, which perform only motor functions. Now how will you remember that C1 nerve perform only motor function? It is very simple, as in the C1, this one defines that C1 nerve perform only single function, and that function is only of motor activity, while remaining spinal nerves are both sensory as well as they are motor. So friends, these 3 points are very important for exam like PG exams, also for the Viva and practical exams. So friends, after watching this video, now you are able to reply what is vertebral foramen, what is intervertebral foramen, what is vertebral canal or spinal canal, what is dorsal root, what is ventral root, what is spinal nerve, what is dorsal ramus, what is ventral ramus, and how many pairs of spinal nerves are present in our body, which spinal nerve emerges above their corresponding vertebrae, and which spinal nerve perform only single function.